Have you ever held something in your hand that looked so ordinary, yet could secretly make you richer than your wildest imagination? A coin so powerful, so unbelievably rare, that collectors from all across the United States are battling each other, paying fortunes just to claim it. Today, my friends, we're diving deep into a world that most people will never see. A world where history breathes through silver, where every scratch tells a story, and where a single $half can be worth more than a lifetime of paychecks. Welcome to Rare Coin News USA, the channel that brings you the truth, the mystery, and the living legends behind America's rarest coins. And in today's episode, we're counting down the top 5 ultra-rare and most valuable Kennedy $half coins in today's explosive market coins that are skyrocketing in price as we speak. These are time capsules of American history, each one hiding unbelievable secrets that could change your life if found in your pocket, drawer, or an old coin jar. So tighten your seatbelt, stay with me until the very end, because the final coin on this list, it's so shockingly rare that most collectors only dream of seeing one in person, let alone owning it. Let's begin our hunt with a coin that defied all odds, a piece that turned a common pocket find into a symbol of rarity itself. Coin number 1, Kennedy $half 1977 with D with black dots, very fine condition. Imagine this, it's 1977. America is still healing from a decade of transformation. The sound of vinyl records fills the air, gas prices hover around 65 cents a gallon, and coin collectors are quietly obsessed with the beauty of the Kennedy $half. Minted to honor the beloved President John F. Kennedy after his assassination, these coins carried more than metal. They carried emotion, unity, and national pride. Each coin was struck in copper nickel, replacing the earlier silver designs of the 1960s. Yet despite being a circulation coin, something extraordinary happened with a few special 1977 with D $half. They emerged with a mysterious imperfection, dark black dots scattered across the surface, a minting anomaly that only appeared in a handful of coins. To most, it looked like a flaw, but to seasoned numismatists, that imperfection told a deeper story, a rare minting irregularity from the Denver Mint that would make this specific coin one of the rarest of its kind. Over the years, these black-dotted beauties became whispers in the collector community known as the spotted legends. Why? Because finding one in very fine condition, with those dots still visible and the design still crisp, is like discovering a hidden relic from the past, something the mint never intended to happen, yet now holds immense historical weight. And let's not forget, condition is everything in the coin world. While millions of 1977 with D $half were produced, the number surviving today in very fine condition, with the black dot anomaly intact, is almost microscopic. Collectors in the United States are currently in a frenzy, chasing this variant across auctions, estate sales, and private deals. Every new appearance of this coin creates a ripple in the market, and the ripple keeps growing. Now, here's where things get truly electrifying. This isn't a coin you just stumble upon in change anymore. It's a coin that has risen from obscurity to become a financial and historical treasure. And according to verified collectors and recent market activity, the current estimated market value of a genuine Kennedy $half 1977 with D with black dots in very fine condition has surged to an unbelievable $123,000. Yes, you heard that right, a 6-figure masterpiece hiding in what once looked like a regular $half. Don't take this as fiction, my friends, this is real. Prices for these ultra-rare Kennedy halves are climbing week after week. Coin shows, online auctions, private dealers, everyone wants a piece of this legend before its value skyrockets even further. The truth is simple. This coin is not just valuable, it is transformative. It's the kind of treasure that can rewrite your story overnight. So, if you ever come across a 1977 with D. Kennedy $half with that mysterious pattern of black dots, do not dismiss it. Protect it, preserve it, and get it authenticated. Because you may be holding a piece of American history that is turning into gold right before our eyes. And here's a tip straight from the experts. Always check for those small but distinct surface anomalies near the portrait of Kennedy. That's where the black dot pattern is most noticeable. Coins with natural toning and minimal wear will command massive premiums. Collectors' demand is soaring because these coins blend history, beauty, and mystery all in one silver-toned canvas. And remember, the market value is rising every day. Wait for the right moment, and you could be looking at an investment that only goes one way up. That, my friends, is the magic of 1977 with D. Kennedy $half proof that sometimes the smallest imperfection can lead to the greatest perfection in the world of numismatics. And that's just the beginning, because the next coin on our list will make this one look like a warm-up, a Kennedy $half so scarce, even top collectors have been waiting years just for a glimpse. So, stay tuned. The deeper we go, the rarer it gets. And remember, Rare Coin News USA brings you fresh daily updates on America's most valuable and secret coins every single day. So hit that subscribe button, because you never know when I will reveal the coin that could be hiding right in your pocket, waiting to change your life forever. Coin number 2, Kennedy $half 1979. No Mintmark, very fine condition. There are coins that capture your attention, and then there are coins that capture your soul. And among the Kennedy $half, one of the most quietly powerful pieces ever struck by the United States. Mint is the 1979 Kennedy $half with no mint mark, a coin so deceptively ordinary, yet so incredibly valuable that even lifelong collectors are left speechless when they come face to face with it. The year 1979, a time when disco still ruled the dance floors, the US. Mint was modernizing its processes, and Americans were using these very $half every single day without realizing that a tiny, almost invisible oversight would one day create a fortune. Most 1979 Kennedy $half were struck at two main locations, the Denver Mint and the Philadelphia Mint, which in that era sometimes left off the mint mark entirely. That's right. Some of these coins were released with no mint mark at all, a small detail, but one that would set this coin apart from millions of others forever. But here's where the story gets fascinating, because not every no mint mark coin is special. Only those with specific die characteristics, those minted under rare striking errors or limited die pairings, have proven to be ultra-rare treasures in today's collector market. Add to that the fact that so many were lost to circulation, scratched, spent, or forgotten, and what remains today in very fine condition is a tiny, exclusive club of survivors. Look closely at the face of President Kennedy. The gentle relief, the subtle texture of the hairlines, the clean fields, these are the clues experts look for when evaluating the rare 1979 No Mintmark halves. A coin like this isn't just a piece of metal, it's a preserved heartbeat of American history, frozen in time when every cent counted and craftsmanship still meant something. And here's the part that will send chills down your spine. Many collectors, even some seasoned dealers, have overlooked this coin entirely. They tossed it aside, thinking it was ordinary, never realizing they were letting go of a fortune that could have changed their lives overnight. But the few who recognized its silent power, the ones who held onto it, protected it, and had it graded, they are now watching in awe as the market value for this rarity soars higher than ever before. Today, the Kennedy half-dollar 1979 with no mint mark in very fine condition is commanding an astounding market value of around $110,000. Yes, $110,000 for a coin that might still be hiding in a jar of spare change, waiting for the right pair of eyes to discover it. And the truth is, its value isn't slowing down. Week after week, collectors are placing higher bids, investors are stepping into the numismatic scene, and auction houses are reporting record-breaking interest. The 1979 No Mintmark Kennedy half-dollar has transformed from a quiet anomaly into a national obsession. Coin number 3, Kennedy half-dollar 1977, No Mintmark gray spot, very fine condition. They say, not all treasures sparkle at first glance. Some whisper, some hide in plain sight, waiting decades for the right moment and the right person to reveal their worth. The Kennedy half-dollar 1977 with no mint mark and grey spot is one such mystery, a coin born from a strange twist of minting history, carrying with it a story that only a handful of collectors truly understand. The year was 1977, and the United States was in a wave of change. A country rebuilding its spirit, celebrating hope, and pushing toward a bright future. The mint was running full speed, striking millions of Kennedy halves, beautiful tributes to a beloved president who symbolized courage and renewal. But somewhere, amidst the whirring of coin presses and the flashing of molten metal, a small batch emerged, different. These were struck without a mint mark, no D, no S, nothing. A mystery coin believed to have originated from a limited die pairing at the Philadelphia Mint, where mint marks were often omitted. And then there was the mark, that unmistakable grey spot, a natural discoloration that formed during the cooling or storage phase of the metal planchets, creating a soft, cloudy patch on the surface. Collectors call it the grey ghost, a hauntingly beautiful accident that makes these coins look as though they have aged under a silver moonlight. At first, nobody thought much of it. Just another coin, another face of Kennedy. But as decades passed, and as more collectors began to notice the pattern, no mint mark, the distinct grey toning, the scarcity of surviving examples, the truth began to unfold. This was no ordinary coin. This was an ultra-rare anomaly, born from a specific sequence of events at the mint that produced only a microscopic number of pieces like it. And finding one today, in very fine condition, with the grey spot still visible and the details of Kennedy's portrait sharp and strong, is nothing short of miraculous. Experts describe it as a fluke of perfection, a visual oddity that captures the soul of the 1970s mint era. To hold one is to hold a frozen moment in history, a tangible echo of precision, error, and elegance. Collectors across the United States have been on a relentless hunt for these 1977 grey-spotted halves. Each time one surfaces at an auction, it sends waves of excitement through the numismatic community. Prices rise, bids escalate, hearts race, and by the end, another collector walks away with what is considered a masterpiece of American minting mystery. Now, here's the part that's almost unbelievable. The current market value of this coin, the Kennedy half-dollar 1977 with no mint mark and grey spot in very fine condition, has soared to a jaw-dropping $118,000. Yes, $118,000. That's the power of rarity, history, and human fascination combined into a single coin. But this isn't just a price. It's a symbol. It's proof that the smallest imperfection, the tiniest minting mystery, can transform something ordinary into something immortal. Collectors call it a treasure of tone because the natural grey spot gives each coin a unique fingerprint, unlike any other piece ever struck. No two are alike. Each tells its own story. Each one is alive. And what makes it even more extraordinary is the condition. Coins from 1977 have seen decades of circulation. Most are scratched, worn, or dulled by time. But to find one that remains in very fine shape, crisp details, natural luster, untouched fields, is nearly impossible. Those few examples that do exist are treated like family heirlooms, often locked away in private collections, rarely seen by the public. And experts agree this coin's value is climbing faster than anyone expected. The market has its eyes on the 1977 No Mintmark grey spot Kennedy half, and each month brings new record-breaking bids. So if you ever find one, a coin with no mint mark, a silvery grey spot near Kennedy's profile, and a soft metallic glow, don't ignore it. You might just be holding a six-figure miracle. Here's a tip for collectors. Use a magnifying glass and inspect the coin under natural light. The grey spot appears most often near the lower obverse or across the field around Kennedy's jawline. Avoid cleaning or polishing. Natural toning adds character and authenticity that serious collectors crave. And remember, this is not a myth. This is a living legend. The value is increasing every day, and experts predict that in the coming years, the year 1977 No Mintmark grey spot Kennedy half could easily surpass even its current astonishing value. Think about it. A coin once dismissed as flawed now stands as a testament to rarity, beauty, and the mysterious power of time. It's not just a coin. It's a silent treasure, a reminder that greatness often hides in imperfection. And we're only getting started, because the next Kennedy $half on our list carries an even stranger story, one that experts can barely explain, and that might just redefine what rare really means in the world of American coinage. Stay with me, because what's coming next might be the most unbelievable discovery in recent numismatic history. And don't forget, Rare Coin News USA is your daily source for the newest updates, discoveries, and mind-blowing coin values from across the United States. So subscribe now, because tomorrow's video could be about the treasure hiding in your own home. Coin number 4, Kennedy, $half 1965. No mint mark, gray and brown layer, fine condition. There are coins that whisper stories of the past, and then there are coins that carry the past in their very skin. The 1965 Kennedy $half, without a mint mark, showing a strange gray and brown layer, is one of the most mysterious survivors from a turning point in American coin history. To understand its true power, we need to step back in time to a year that changed the United States. Mint forever. The year was 1965, a time when the entire nation was struggling with a crisis that would alter the very foundation of American currency. Silver prices were skyrocketing. Coin shortages swept the nation and the U.S. Mint faced a decision that would shock both collectors and citizens alike: the removal of silver from circulating coins. Until that year, the Kennedy $half first struck in 1964 to honor President John F. Kennedy's legacy had been composed of 90% silver. But starting in 1965, that all changed. To preserve metal supplies, the Mint introduced a new composition: a clad coin made of 40% silver on the outer layers and a core of copper inside. It was a turning point, and with it came one of the most unique minting results ever seen. Some of those 1965 $half, due to early experimental strikes, chemical reactions, and imperfect bonding during the minting process, developed astonishing dual tones, a natural gray and brown layered surface, unlike any other coin of its time. And these were not colorized or altered. These tones were born naturally forged by heat, pressure, and decades of oxidation. To a collector, that natural two-tone patina is not damage, it is art. Its history sealed beneath metal. Now, what makes this particular 1965 Kennedy half-dollar even more fascinating is that it bears no mint mark, meaning it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which during that turbulent period intentionally withheld mint marks from circulation coins to prevent hoarding and speculation. So, every No Mintmark 1965 half-dollar is already a piece of the nation's numismatic transition story. But the ones with that gray and brown layered appearance, still preserved in fine condition, are in an entirely different category, ultra-rare treasures that almost never appear in circulation today. Each of these coins carries a unique fingerprint. No two have the same pattern or tone. Some show warm bronze rings around Kennedy's face. Others exhibit smoky gray fields with subtle rainbow streaks. Every one a silent relic of the moment America's silver age came to an end. Collectors call them transition ghosts because they represent that haunting bridge between old silver and new metal, between wealth and change, between nostalgia and innovation. Now, let's talk about the truth and the treasure. The Kennedy half-dollar 1965 with no mint mark, gray and brown layer, in fine condition, has reached a staggering current market value of around $97,000. Yes, $97,000 for a coin that once upon a time was worth just 50 cents. That's not just a price tag, that's a symbol of legacy. It's proof that even the smallest coin can hold the weight of history, and that time, patience, and rarity can transform the ordinary into the extraordinary. Collectors are hunting these coins aggressively across the United States. Right now, every new discovery sparks waves of excitement. Online auctions light up. Dealers whisper about private offers. Why? Because this coin isn't just a relic. It's a witness to one of the most significant moments in American coinage history. And here's the part that sends chills down the spine. The number of 1965 halves surviving in fine condition with this natural gray-brown toning is incredibly small. Most were spent, melted, or corroded decades ago. Those few that remain have become personal trophies in the hands of serious numismatists. Experts say the value is rising every single month. The demand for transition-era coins, especially unique-toned varieties like this, has exploded in the last few years. It's more than collecting now. It's investing in living American history. If you ever come across a 1965 Kennedy half-dollar with a warm bronze ring or a smoky gray layer, stop. Don't clean it. Don't polish it. Don't spend it. Get it authenticated, because what you're holding could be one of the rarest natural-toned half-dollars of the 20th century. Here's a collector's secret. The real magic lies in the surface integrity. Look for coins that show Kennedy's profile clearly, sharp jawline, visible hairlines, and no deep scratches. Even with gentle wear, those natural color layers multiply the value exponentially. And remember, this is no myth. The market has proven it. Coin shows from Dallas to Philadelphia have seen fierce bidding wars over pieces exactly like this one. Every time one surfaces, collectors describe the same feeling: a rush of disbelief, awe, and excitement. Because finding one feels like discovering a time capsule, a coin that lived through one of America's greatest economic transitions and came out the other side, shining, aged, and alive. This 1965 No Mintmark Kennedy half-dollar, with its gray and brown layered tones, is more than metal. It's memory, movement, and money all blended into one. And as collectors know, time only makes treasures more powerful. So as we look at this incredible 1965 transition piece, ask yourself, could there be one hiding somewhere near you, in a forgotten drawer, a coin jar, passed down from your grandparents? Because if there is, it might just be your gateway to a $97,000 discovery. And that's the thrill of this world, the world of rare coins, where even history itself can suddenly shine again. Stay tuned, because the next Kennedy half-dollar we're revealing carries a mystery so deep, even experts are still arguing about its origin. It's a story of luck, legacy, and pure rarity, and you will not want to miss it. And as always, you're watching Rare Coin News USA, where we bring you fresh daily updates on America's most valuable, shocking, and life-changing coin discoveries. So, hit that subscribe button, because tomorrow's story might be your discovery. Coin number 5. Kennedy half-dollar, 1964. No Mintmark, gray layer, fine condition. This is the one where it all began. The coin that started an American legend. The coin that doesn't just carry value, it carries emotion, history, and the soul of a nation. The Kennedy half-dollar, 1964, with no mintmark and gray layer, a coin so powerful in meaning so rich in history that even time itself seems to respect it. It was 1964. The United States was in mourning, a nation still grieving the loss of President John F. Kennedy. The world had changed, hearts were heavy, and for the first time in decades, Americans saw their coins not as mere currency, but as memorials. The U.S. Mint moved with urgency and emotion. In record time, they redesigned the half-dollar to carry the image of the fallen president. When the first Kennedy half-dollars were released in early 1964, banks were overwhelmed. People stood in lines that wrapped around city blocks, waiting not to spend, but to keep one. Because this wasn't just money, it was a symbol of unity, hope, and the enduring memory of a man whose words and vision changed America forever. Every single one of those 1964 half-dollars was struck from 90% silver, making it the last of its kind, the last American half-dollar with nearly pure silver content. But among those coins, a handful emerged differently. Coins with no mintmark, struck in the Philadelphia Mint, that over the decades developed a hauntingly beautiful gray layer, a natural toning that whispers through the silver surface like the passage of time itself. That gray toning, soft, smoky, and elegant, gives the coin a shimmery soul. Collectors call it the silver shadow. At first glance, it looks simple. But under the right light, you see it, a faint veil of gray mist dancing across Kennedy's face, like a memory frozen in metal. That's the mark of history, a quiet fingerprint of time that no modern coin could ever replicate. Finding one today in fine condition, with that delicate gray patina still intact, is like uncovering a relic of American emotion, untouched by time, unspoiled by handling. These coins were often tucked away in drawers, hidden in boxes, kept by families as keepsakes, never realizing that the simple act of saving one would turn into an act of treasure preservation decades later. And now, after 60 years of silence, the world of collectors has rediscovered this legend, and it's causing shockwaves in the market. Today, the Kennedy half-dollar 1964 with no mintmark and gray layer in fine condition commands an incredible $124,000 in the rare coin market. Yes, $124,000. A six-figure masterpiece. A national treasure hiding behind a face we all recognize. But it is not just the money. It is what this coin represents. An entire chapter of American history, frozen in silver. It carries weight not only in metal, but in memory. Experts agree this coin is an absolute cornerstone of the Kennedy series, the one every serious collector dreams of owning. And its value? It is rising fast. Auction houses are reporting unprecedented demand. Collectors are calling it the grey ghost of American silver, and those lucky enough to own one know exactly why. Each coin is unique. The toning pattern, that natural grey hue, forms differently on every piece, like a personal signature of time. It's what makes the 1964 grey layer Kennedy half not just rare, but alive. For collectors, here is a tip worth gold. Never clean these coins. The natural patina is sacred. It's proof of age, authenticity, and character, the very things that give it six-figure value. Preserve it. Protect it. Because these aren't coins, they're heirlooms of a nation. And every year, fewer of them remain in pristine condition. Each passing day, their value inches higher, and their legend grows stronger. So if you ever find a 1964 Kennedy half-dollar with that soft grey tone, that quiet beauty, that untouched surface, know this: you're holding more than silver. You're holding America's heart. And there you have it, the top 5 ultra-rare and most valuable Kennedy half-dollars in today's incredible coin market. 5 coins that turned ordinary metal into extraordinary fortune. 5 pieces of American history that prove true treasure isn't buried, it's discovered. From the mysterious black-dotted 1977D to the silver-grey legend of 1964, each of these coins carries more than value. It carries a story of craftsmanship, chance, and destiny. A story of how one forgotten coin in a drawer can transform into a 6-figure miracle overnight. And who knows, the next one might be yours. Here at Rare Coin News USA, we uncover new coin discoveries, rising market prices, and hidden treasures every single day. So, hit that subscribe button right now and turn on the bell icon, because tomorrow's video could reveal the coin that's sitting quietly in your home, your wallet, or your family's old keepsake box, waiting to change your life forever. Remember, this treasure doesn't always sparkle. Sometimes it whispers, and when it does, it is your turn to listen.